All right. So a very good evening to Madam Nurul Aini. My name is Ang Tsin, and today I'll be presenting a little bit about my reflection for PEC 700. So basically, what did we manage to do? What did I do for this whole PEC 700? Is that I managed to do a poster, a brochure, and I did help chip in some ideas for the storyboard as well as the cartoon a little bit. So looking at the poster, brochure, as well as the logos, so there are certain meanings behind it, whereby we are called rosewood, and that for the poster, what I managed to that was for the logo, we managed to do individually, and it was really, I would say, a very eye opening activity that I managed to do, because previously I didn't really learn much on how to use certain items like certain tools such as Canva and so on. So because of this PEC, I managed to learn something new, which is because the IT tool that I managed to use to complete most of my, I would say all of my tasks or most of my tasks, is by using Canva. So through that, I managed to learn that it's not easy to be designing certain items that we want. For example, poster. Like some of my group mates did it really well, and I had to like learn on how to get in the animations and so on and so forth. However, it was a great experience for me to learn by using through this PEC. That is the second question. And the third question is regarding the problem or also the issue that I encountered of time as well as time management. So how I managed to overcome that is that I had to make sure that I am clear on how to use the tool. So I had to go to like YouTube to search for tutorials on how to use Canva, how to use the storyboard that as well as Podtune for more information and for my knowledge as well. So I can proceed with the PEC more smoothly. So that is what I managed to do. And besides that, in terms of time management, I also um like write down on what I'm supposed to do the next day so I don't mess up my daily life. So I have time to myself and time for academic as well as co-curricular activities. So that is the issues that I'm facing and how I managed to solve it by using videos and online videos to help me and also managing my time properly. So it's really an interesting experience for me. That is the third part. And for the fourth is that the effort that I put in to solve the issue is not really little. I mean, I put in quite a lot of effort because of the time constraint, and also I had to find out like how to solve the issue or not. I wouldn't be able to complete my task smoothly. So that is what I managed to do. And moving on is how I feel about the whole online IT tools. Okay, so basically, my experience before this was I was using Microsoft tools, for example, like for especially for slides, I'm using a lot of PowerPoint. So at that point, I didn't know that I can use Canva to put in certain animations that is cute and videos that I can incorporate into my slides. So because using Microsoft, it's a bit hard. I have to like download the video and also to put it into Microsoft itself. So that is a hassle for me. So after being able to learn on how to use Canva and so on, it really made my life easier because I can just get the information online and just copy and paste it into the documents. And I can just save it as a PDF or even a file that I were to be presenting. And there, one of the advantages that I also managed to use their templates, which is really cool because in Microsoft Words, in Microsoft, we managed to have the templates, but not as much as Canva. No, Canva we can explore with a cuter templates, and so it's more visualizing, like more visual aids for our lecturers and also friends to look at for our slides. So that is for not only for slides but poster and brochure as well for our PEC 700, and that is what I managed to experience throughout using the Canva tool. And then moving on towards the what did I manage to learn through the activity is that the most important thing, I'll go back to time management, is without time management, I wouldn't be able to be here, like to be discussing with my friends about what is my experiences and so on and so forth. And that is the first. And the second is that I learned that we should never stop learning. Like no matter when you think that you're good enough at one thing, no, you'll never be like perfect. Okay. So it's always about the progress instead of the product that you have actually shown towards others. So I managed to learn to appreciate as well what we have. For example, a really good application such as Canva, a really good website that we managed to found such as Storyboard that as well as PowerTune to create a very impactful and great videos that we can share with our friends. So that is all. Thank you for me. That's my reflection. So I'll pass it on to the next presenter. Thank you.
Okay, hello everyone. My name is Nurliana. So for the first question, so my task, we first had to discuss what our group name would be and come up with an awareness campaign. So based on the campaign, for the first 3 individual tasks, I made a logo, poster, and brochure so that our team could have more choices to choose from as our final logo, poster, and brochure. So for the storyboard, I wrote the script for other members to use in the storyboard. And for the Powtoon, I just gave my input and suggestions. So for the second question, what was the online IT tool that I used to complete the task? So the tool that I used mainly was Canva, but I also used Microsoft Word to write other things down like the script. So for the third question, what was the problem or issue? The main issue that I encountered was learning how to use Canva as it was my first time using it. And for the fourth question, how the problem was resolved, and what was my effort, I spent more time practicing on Canva and played around with the templates and colors and all the other functions so that I was more familiar using it. For the fifth question, how do I feel about the online tool? So now that I've gotten more practice and exposure to Canva, I definitely think I'll be using it more outside of this class for other projects. So before I would struggle to make posters on Word or Google Docs, but now with Canva, it's much easier. And number 6, what did I learn through the activity? So I learned how to design and create intricate posters and brochures through Canva and use all of its functions. And in terms of teamwork, I learned how to properly communicate my ideas, time management, and just overall come into conclusion with my group mates on, just because like we all have different ideas on how to do things. So that's all for me. I'll pass it on to the next person.
Thank you, Liana. So my name is Nurul Aiman. First question is, what is my task? So I did a few tasks, which is logo, poster, brochure, and storyboard. So what IT tool that I use is Canva to create logo, poster, and brochures, and CapCut for video editing. So for a problem, there's not much problem that I've encountered using these IT tools, especially Canva, because I've been using it for a long time. But for storyboard, since it was my first time, so it really awkward to use and at first. And after finishing it, I cannot download it. So I solved the problem by referring a friend, which is Sabrina, and she helped me to download it. And I also searched it in Google. So question number 5, I feel so fun and it is very convenient for me. At the same time, I can express my creativity while using it. So before this, I have a limited knowledge about using this online IT online, but after lecture encouragement, I feel easier. So last question, what I learned is I learned how to create logo, poster, brochure, and by using Canva, and also learn to create storyboard. That's all from me. I'll pass to the next presenter.
Thank you, Aiman. Hello, my name is Rania. So for the task for the weekly activities, it was to design a logo, poster, brochure, and storyboard. And the online IT tool that I used for these tasks for the logo and poster was Canva. And I had also given some input for the brochure and storyboard. One of the problems that I encountered during the activity was that it took me quite some time to finish the individual logo and poster because I was a bit inexperienced with the different features on Canva. So to resolve this problem, I just experimented and played around with the features so that I would be more familiar with the tools and the features on Canva. So after I completed my task, I think that I'm more experienced with using Canva, and I think in the future it would be easier for me to create more projects using Canva. So lastly, through this activity, I have learned that designing posters, logos, brochures, and even the storyboard is more time consuming and more difficult than I thought. And I think in the future, my knowledge on Canva and also the storyboard that would help with any future projects where I would need to use these tools, and it would make it more easier for me to complete the task. That's all for me. Thank you.
Okay, hi guys, my name is Sabrina. So for the first question, what was your task? So I designed the poster, a logo, a brochure, the storyboard, and also Powtoon for our group. So for this PEC700 IT skills, we were given the task of forming a group and brainstorming ideas for our project campaign. So Madam Aini urged us to consider which campaign would be the most appropriate for our project. Each group has to come up with their own unique campaign concept. So for our assignment, our group has been decided on entrepreneurship awareness, as this is to strive to spread awareness on various topics related on entrepreneurship, such as leadership, marketing, and finance, among others. For the second question, what was the online IT tool that I used to complete the task? I'm using the Canva, storyboard, and Powtoon, since it is the platform that requested by the lecturer and stated in the guidelines. For the third question, the problem or issue that I encountered during the activity is there is no issue during our group discussion because everyone is focused on their task. But I remember while I'm creating a Powtoon, I had a problem where after I'm completing and checking the work, it suddenly lagged while I was editing the part I wanted to change. I had to wait a long time for the website to load. So for the fourth question, well, how was the problem resolved? I wait until the issue has went back to normal, obviously. To avoid this from happening again, I save a backup which I need to open the Google Chrome. For the fifth question, how do you feel about the online IT tool after you completed the task? I believe that having an online IT tool makes things much easier because they help everyone with their tasks. Also from here, by using this IT tool platforms such as Canva, Storyboard, and Powtoon, I can show my creativity in completing the required tasks. For the last question, what did you learn through the activity? So as we can see, these activities allow students to make new friends because I need to form a group and it helped us all get to know each other. Moreover, we can learn many ways to use IT tools such as Canva, Storyboard, and Powtoon at the same time. So that's all from me. Thank you.
Everyone dah buka form ke? Okay, so first presenter, Angusin, learning experiences and reflection. I give 30.
I also give 30.
30.
Okay, required components, 24.
Same.
Same.
Understanding the technology used, I put 20.
Same.
Overall performances, 16.
Same.
Okay, next presenter is me, so you guys can evaluate.
For me, learning experience for Liana, I would give 30.
30.
Same.
Mm. So for the required components would be 24 from my side.
The same.
And for understanding of the IT that is being used would be 20.
I give 16.
So are we moving on to the overall performance?
20.
It's 20.
Okay, next is Nur Aiman. So learning experiences and reflection, I put 30.
Same.
Yes, well.
Required components, 24.
For me, 30.
Understanding on technology use, 20.
I give
For me,
6.
20.
And overall performance, 20.
For me, 16.
Next is Rania. Learning experiences and reflection, 30.
Yes, 30.
Okay. Required components,
20.
24. Understanding technology use,
For me,
20. And overall performance,
20.
20.
16.
Okay. And now Sabrina. Learning experiences and reflection,
30.
required components. Yep. Same. Understanding technology use,
20.
okay. Overall performance, 20 for me.
16.
20.
Okay. Okay. Everyone done?
Yes.
Same for me.
Okay.